So this is our last video for the fall playlist here in 2020, and it's been a glorious day. We're just up here for a couple of hours this time, but it's been an amazing fall. The other day we found out when we got back from Grandfather Mountain, in that video we found out that there was a line for 2.5 miles to get onto Skyline Drive here in Virginia, which is just amazing. So more people this year are coming up to the mountains than they have in the past several years. Got gnats everywhere. I can't say I blame anyone for wanting to see the amazing fall colors this year. Even a 2-mile line to get on Skyline Drive makes sense. As I've said in the past few videos, it's been a great year for fall colors. Adding anything positive to 2020 is fine by me. One of our faithful subscribers, Mark from Boston, sent us these pictures by way of Facebook. How are the colors where you live? Let us know in the comments. About that fall playlist, one of my favorite fall videos in 2020 is called Changing Seasons, Changing the Subject. Because of the timing of the release of that video, it's not getting a lot of views, but I do want to recommend that video. In that video, we take the Blue Ridge Parkway just outside Roanoke, Virginia, all the way to Grandfather Mountain in North Carolina. Here's a tab in the top right-hand corner of your screen that will take you there now, and I'll also leave a card at the end of this video that will take you there as well. It's one of my favorite videos of 2020. And that's not the only thing. People are camping this year. I mean, at Loft Mountain Campground, the entire campground seems to be full. I don't think there's any vacancy in the whole place. Not that we're up here camping, mind you. Being the first at anything has its merits. Being the first man on the moon, the first woman in space, or being the first person to leave a comment on this video. And things like that are important, especially leaving a comment on this video. But what about being the last to do something? Being last doesn't normally get any headlines. Let's be honest, being last at anything is usually a bad thing. But what if you're a leaf? And you're the first leaf to change colors and fall off a tree? Seems kind of sad to be the first in that case. I mean, sure, you're a leader, I guess. Maybe setting the example for other leaves. But today I'm saluting the last leaf of the year who refuses to fall until winter or even spring in some cases. You've probably seen these leaves on many occasions and never thought about it. The leaf that refuses to give up. Though these leaves change color, they hold on to their position defying wind, rain, ice, and snow. There are a few explanations for this. For example, if it gets too cold too fast, some leaves will stick around for a while. A warmer than usual fall is another reason. And even an abundance of fertilizer is another reason. But what about that small group of leaves that disregard the memo, and despite the fact that all of the other leaves in the tree have fallen, they stick around? Yes, autumn leaves falling to the ground, well, it's breathtaking. But never forget about these bold leaves. Being the last leaf standing probably isn't easy, and for all I know, in the leaf community, it's a disgrace not to fall to the ground in a timely fashion. But surely it's admirable, at least upon occasion, for leaves to buck the trend. All leaves die, but some leaves do so without falling. And I think that's pretty impressive, maybe even inspiring. By the way, don't forget to leave a comment. In our region, fall is peaking, but by the time this video is released, we'll be on the other side of the peak. But it's not too late. There are still plenty of trees that are only beginning to turn. This is probably our last official video for the fall playlist, but I've been known to add a couple of more. I'll definitely be adding a Best of Fall 2020 video. Those videos don't have a great shelf life, and sometimes I wonder if they're worth the trouble, but I always want to have a few videos every year for people that aren't able to get out much for different reasons, and they just want to see some pretty scenery.